delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them to succeed. No worries, no stress. We got your back better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation. First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink. And that, my friends, is how Nawasa brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our wash pan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Yeah, man. So don't forget to send them the email, check them out, all right? And of course, we are also brought to you through the kind compliments of the Real Value IGA Supermarket. And we continuously remind you of their weekly specials. So you got to go check it out. Folks, we got to welcome you to another Mikey Night Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson. We have a few things to tell you about. It's a Thursday that feels like a Friday for whatever reason. I don't know. The guys in the barber shop was talking about it, boy, how the days are moving so quickly. I don't know. But anyways, it is good news for some people. That means the weekend is getting closer every time. You know, we spend 2-3 days working and then the weekend comes back. If that's the way it feels, then I'm not complaining. Here's what. The Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, they are going to be hosting a very important press conference tomorrow. So you got to stay tuned for that information. And unfortunately, Pure Grenada Boy, the Facebook page, it has been compromised. That's the Tourism Authority. Their Facebook page has been compromised. It's been a while since they've been able to post anything on their own or manage anything that's happening on their page. But let me tell you. Anyways, we're going to talk about that in a moment. And now people can go ahead and access the playing fields in Carriacou and Peter Martinique. We'll give you the specific information about that. And we are gearing up for the Woburn 5K. It is happening this weekend. We'll talk to you. In fact, we have the organizer online to speak with us in a moment, so we're going to be talking about that. Grenada Festival of the Arts Phase 2 is back with a bang. We'll tell you more about that in a moment as well, and other things. Once we have time on the program, we'll be able to talk to you all about all of these things and more. This is Mikey Live. We call it news discussed, not told. We don't have a horse in the race, so we're just telling you a thing, man. You know what I mean? We're telling you a thing. We are coming back. Don't forget the headlines brought to you through the kind compliments of Coach Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors, and of course we've got the Accel Finance on board. Some lucky person will be getting some free credits, compliments, Digicel tonight for sharing the program. That lucky person might just be you. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Alrighty, family, and of course we want to say welcome back to another Mikey Live program again. So yes, the Ministry of Social Development. Well, they're going to be having a press conference tomorrow, God's willing, just around 1 p.m. Yeah, that's tomorrow, Friday. So please, we are asking you to tune in for this. They'll be talking about some important stuff. And you might be wanting to know who's going to be there, who's going to be speaking, who the panelists will be. So Senator the Honorable Gloria Thomas, who is the Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, she's going to be there. And Mrs. Naomi Jeremiah, who is actually the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for social development and gender affairs, very passionate about this. Also, Mrs. Chrissy Warm Charles, who is the Director of Social Development. And you'll also hear from the UN World Food Program Policy Officer, Mr. Nicholas Granger. All right, so please, we're inviting you to tune in to our platform, to GIS and so on, at 1 o'clock for that special press conference. And I must say, you know, it'd be remiss of me not to say how much I admire the work being done by the Ministry of Social Development. You see, if we cannot keep our community together, if we cannot keep the families together, if we don't do our little bits within the communities, then it could be very chaotic. And they understand that very well. You understand? So big up to the people. I'm in ministry, social development and agriculture. You understand? Those are my two ministries for 2024. I know about 2025 yet. I ain't going that far. But yeah, those are my two ministries. You understand? Prior years, we had Ministry of Health and things like that. So we're moving it around. So speaking about moving around, Pure Grenada, boy, they have a hard time. Someone has hacked their page, or an organization has hacked their social media page. So you're seeing things posted on the page, you know. It's not like there are not things being posted on the page. Yes, things are still being posted on the page. It is just not the content. Those things are not generated by Pure Grenada's management here. Listen, these days the cyber attacks and stuff has gotten so creative. So yes, the page has been taken over, technically, and they're posting Grenada and tourism related stuff. You understand? And then little bit, they go sticking a little thing for themselves. So the unassuming, somebody who's not really sure what's going on, they go see something random come up and they'll say, oh, well, the Ministry of Tourism are having that, so let me organize our tourism authority doing that, because it seems authentic. You understand? It seems authentic. I can tell all a few things to fix that page, and how long I tell all this. Yeah, what are fixing a page for that? How long that thing, thing? How long now? That's about what, 2-3 weeks now, yeah. 2-3 weeks now, yeah. I don't know people. I don't know people. This is a verified page. Why you get hacked in the first place? You understand? You don't know people. You gotta go to big set of channel and thing to get that fixed, dog. You know, you call somebody in Facebook for you, waking up somebody in the bed in a dog. Or somebody having a birthday party walking in Facebook, calling them. And say, yo, here what going on? Small man from Grenada, we have a problem. I need your help. Oh, yeah, small man. Yeah. Let me fix that for you. One time. Pronto. You don't know people, dog. You understand? So, when I can't fix it, call me. But so far, I am top tier text thing. So, all it ready for me yet. Let them small man try to fix that. Get somebody in college to help all with that. You know what I mean? If I don't get you, link me. Jano! It's not a laughing matter, but it's serious business. Serious business. But what I'm saying is, I don't know people. The world too small for that. Call somebody in Facebook. Call them. You have to go to along to that channel and then kind of business. Anyway, from the Pure Grenada, it says that we regret to inform you that our Facebook page, Pure Grenada, has been compromised. We understand the importance of this platform in keeping you updated and connected with all Grenada, all things Grenada. And we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience that this situation may cause. Please rest assured that our team is working diligently around the clock to resolve the issue and restore our page to full functionality as quickly as possible. Find that taking too long, I tell all you. Find that taking too long. Who is responsible for your tech? You understand? Let me talk to them. You're doing something right. You understand? So, the page again has been compromised, so you again will see things that seem to be genuine. What the tourism authority will do, I'm sure, is that when the time comes, when they regain control of their page, they'll put out a notice and say, okay, we have regained full control of our page, and everything that is posted there now is authentic stuff, so you can go back to the page and enjoy it, thing. But for now, what I notice is that some of the posts that have been posted by the third party who doesn't have the authorization to do so, you have like a six coming up on the thing. So you know. You understand? I tell you the real thing, it seems like it's genuine stuff that's been posted there, but it is not. We are moving on. Access is available to 2 playing fields in Carriacou, and that's according to the ministry there. Yep, they're saying that access is being provided to 2 playing fields in Carriacou with the understanding by the Grenada government and the Ministry of Carriacou and Pidgin Affairs and local government that recreational facilities are important to help people actually to cope with trauma following a natural disaster. So what they're technically trying to say is that they're trying to make those playing fields available so you could go play like a cricket. And play like a cricket, play like a football. You have to find a place to congregate as a community. You understand? While the Lauriston Mini Stadium Pavilion sustained major roof damages during the passage of Hurricane Beryl, just over 2 months ago, the field is being made available for recreational activities. So you don't must do things in the pavilion. You understand? But at least the playing field is available. In addition, the Tough Wicket and main field at the Dover playing field on the northern side of the island can be utilized for recreation as well. All right. What they are saying though is that the boundaries, it is being used to dump debris left behind by the hurricane. You know, they were saying that they needed these large spaces so that I can put the things there still. So, just be guided accordingly. The government has hired the MV gondola, that is the barge, to transport hurricane caused the debris that was caused by the hurricane. I don't even know where they're going with it. All I know, they're going somewhere with it. You understand? So, yeah, you can go ahead and use the playing field all there. You understand? Recreation is very, very, very important. And I think that's what kept the communities together. That's how we formed an identity back in the day. You understand? Because we all converged at some of the playing fields, the community centers, and we did things. And the village created an identity. It formed an identity. This is things that we are known for. You understand? Everybody started to know who and who. Then we started to develop little basketball, football teams and stuff like that. And then before you know it, we have a nice little thing going. Football, basketball, cricket, little teams within the community. Up the road versus down the road. 7 days versus Catholics. You understand? Nice little thing. And then people like sell it like a snow ice. You understand? Popcorn and things like that. And then you, before you to catch yourself a nice little village vibes. So those spaces are important. And sports, again, in terms of our social and community development, is very important. And speaking of sports, we have a sports enthusiast with us tonight, and he has organized and he's been doing that, but he has a tournament coming up, if I can call it that, and it's going to be happening on the weekend. Jason, welcome to our program, and we've got this 5K coming up, the Woburn 5K. How are you doing? Talk to us about it.
I'm doing well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers.
All right, Jason. You know, as I was saying to you, I typically would not do, let people come on live during the program. Not all the time, very rare. But for this, we had to do it, because something like that, the people have to know about it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you taking the time to fit me in.
Right, Jason. So talk to us about the Woburn 5K.
Well, this is the third annual 5K that we're having. It starts at Woburn, at the Woburn playing field this Sunday. We start promptly at 8 o'clock, and we just want to encourage everyone to come out and take part. My background is, I started off as a triathlete, which is swimming, riding, running. I started off as a junior triathlete, then became national champion, and moved on to just competing in international events all around the world, representing Trinidad and Tobago, if you didn't pick up my accent. And now that, I've been organizing the sporting events for the last 29 years. And now that I live in Grenada, I want to do something to develop the sport over here.
All right. I think we've lost your video, but we are hearing you perfectly fine.
Right. Yeah, so I just want to do something to get sport going and encourage more and more people to take part in more road running activities, So that is the whole goal behind having more and more of these events.
Okay, and can you just so that people will, because sometimes they might have heard of some of these events but not know that you are behind them. Before we go further with the 5K, can you talk to us about some of the recent events that you spearheaded?
That was a 4-person team where we just tried to encourage people to come out as a group. And each run, we started at Spice Market and we ran towards Silver Sands and came back, and then you tag off your teammate and they would run, and 4 people on the team, and the fastest team would be the winners. And I mean, we pushed that one because we had like a $3,000 cash prize for that event. So we want to do more and more events like this, and I'm always on a daily basis, I'm reaching out to sponsors to try to get financial support for these events, because as much as I want to put on these events because I am passionate about it, it does cost a lot of money to organize, and we try to do things properly. We have online registration. We have we make it our business to start events on time, so that when you start the race on time, people could then manage it and say, okay, well, I'm coming to this race for from 8, and I could leave there by 9 o'clock. You can make the most of the rest of your day when that happens. So then we utilize electronic race timing. So everybody, once you cross the finish line, we could have live results going up online. You could then go back to the website, odysseytiming.com, and view your results. So every race that we time, we post the results online, and it's there forever, as long as the internet exists. And yeah, I mean, all I try to do is try to encourage more and more people to come out to the events and try to get Grenada active. When I look at Trinidad is just full of events every weekend. There are 1, 2, 3 events, and I mean small events have 300-400 people. Yes, it is a bigger place, but Trinidad didn't always start off like that. It started off with races that had 25, 30, 100 people in it. And years later, people now realize that sport is the way to go. Sport keeps you healthy. It keeps you motivated. When you're having a stressful day, you can go out and you could go take a run, and and you relieve your stress a little bit. And we just want to facilitate that. We want to facilitate people having goals. And it's easier to say, well, we're going to train for an event. If you just training and training and training and there's no end goal, there's no, all right, what are we competing for? It's a little bit harder to motivate yourself when you really want to stay in bed and sleep, or it's raining outside. It's harder to get out of your bed and say, all right, I'm going to exercise. But everybody, we train to get fit for Carnival. The athletes are training towards Olympics. The football teams are training towards World Cup. So what we want to do is just provide events that people can now say, okay, we have this event. We want to come and do it, and we want to start training for it. And you get your corporate groups, you get all your staff members, everybody that you work with, your colleagues, to just come out every afternoon and start walking, start taking a run. I mean, when I say I come around and I hand in out flyers and I say, come and do a 5K, people watching like, oh, well, a 5K, boy, I know if I could do that. But I mean, you don't have to come and run. You don't have to come and win. What we want to do is start getting you active. We want to start getting you to come out and you walk it. And then next time you do a little half walk, half a run. Next time you do a run a little bit more. And then before long, you realize that, hey, I actually enjoy this. I want to do another one, and I want to do a longer one, and I want to do more and more. Or some people just content to do a 5K and collect race medals.
Right. Brilliant. So how can people sign up for the 5K this weekend?
So you can go to our website. We have this website that I started when I came here 3 years ago. It's called GrenadaXS.com. Grenada as in an X. And it's supposed to stand for, everybody knows Grenada for sun, sea, sand, spice. And I want people to know Grenada for sport, because I came over here. I've been coming over here since I was 17 years old to do the Try the Spice triathlon. And, now that I live here, it's such a beautiful country. It's remarkable. There's a lot of, I'm sure you hear this all the time, but the people are friendly. I think they're respectful. I think it's a beautiful place. And I want to get people to start coming to Grenada and pushing sports tourism. And people coming down here to train, people coming down here to race, people coming down here not only to go and sit on the beach and burn all day in the sun, but come down here for a reason. And I think sports tourism is a great reason for that. So I want to create that avenue where people could come to a professional triathlon, a professional running races, and it will benefit the local community as well, because now you don't have to travel abroad to get this professional feel for the race. So you can go to GrenadaXS.com and it'll list all of the events that we put on for the year. And once you get to that site, you could click on, for this weekend, you can click on the Woburn 5K link and it will take you to a separate registration. It's a very secure online registration platform. It'll give you all the information. We put up all the flyers that we have. We put up all the course maps. We put up everything you can do registration for the event. We are moving away, or we have moved away from race day registration. And so we try to encourage people to register early for the events. And this is why, as the earlier you register for our events, the price is lower to register. And the reason for this is, when you come on race day, I do not know how many people are going to show up on race day. I don't know if I'm going to have 20 people in the race. I don't know if I'm going to have 200 people in the race. So this is why we don't do race day registration. We like you to register beforehand. So I know, hey, I need to get more water. I need to get more medals. I need to get more of whatever, and I could properly prepare for that race. So this is why we encourage people to go to the website, get signed up, get registered. If you have a credit card, makes it easier. You just click on the registration button. You have to then create a free race roster account. And this just helps you that if you want to register for future events, You just click on your name, and most of the simple things that you fill out for races are pre-filled. It wouldn't save credit card information. It wouldn't save any important information. It'll just save your race registration information, and you can register for this event. You can register for other events. If you do not have a credit card, however, you can go down to Grenadian Optical, and they would sell you a code. So you pay them cash. They will give you a code with all the information for how you register for the same event. So then you go back to the registration platform, you fill out all the information, and then down at the bottom it will say enter your promo code. You enter that promo code, and it's the same as bypassing the credit card information. So then, in essence, you can still register for the event without having a credit card. And it's very live. We get updated as soon as you register on the platform. We know that you're registered, your information is there, and then we can now program that into our timing software, so that when you come on race day, everything's set. You just you just tell us your name, we give you your race number, your race, your results online, and it moves quite seamlessly.
Jason, this is a brilliant event, brilliant idea. Thank you for keeping Grenada so close to your heart and being interested in our well-being. We're looking forward to hearing from you with more of your events to come.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. And we look forward to seeing everyone. I mean, bring your family, bring your friends. Dogs are welcome. So if you want to come and run with your dog, we welcome everyone to come down to Woburn 5K. After that, the next event is on September 22nd. We have the final event for the Silver Sands School Running Series. This is a 4-race series that we started. This is the 3rd year we're doing this event. So on the 22nd of September, it's the last race of that series for this year. Next year, we'll start over the school series again. And then on November 10th, we have the True Blue 2 Mile. So this is in True Blue, starts at Container Park by the mini golf course there. And then we run 2 miles around True Blue and then finish back at Container Park. So that one's a nice short event, and we encourage everyone to come out and do it. So follow the website, get more information. My numbers are everywhere. Just search Jason Gooding. You can follow the website. Give me a call, send me a message if you need more information or clarity on any of the events, and we'll be happy to welcome you.
Thank you very much, Jason. All the best.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, great. And folks, you've heard it yourself. Jason Gooding talking to us about the Woburn 5K that is coming up this weekend. Of course, you can, even if you can't participate, you can be a spectator. But here's what. 5K, that's small, that easy to do. And I used to walk 5K every day. And I said, but right now, boy, can I get lazy? And I said, I'm not going out like a belly. It feels good, because I feel like a turning man. But yeah, go check it out. We need to be a little more healthy. And these are some of the events that help us to get closer to being really, really, really healthy and fit and all of that. I'm toning muscles and things like that. Good. So we are moving on. Grenada Festival of the Arts Phase 2, a celebration of music, dance, and theater. It begins in September. Well, we in September. Yeah, man, the thing ready for us, man. And here's what the Division of Culture under the Ministry of Tourism and the Creative Economy, they're saying that they are thrilled, they say, to announce the commencement of Phase 2 of the Grenada Festival of the Arts, a vibrant celebration of creativity and culture, running from September to December. So it's not that, and I know one ting. It's going to be on for like a while. All right, so you can check it out, the people who participate and things like that, because I know they also have this, and some really good talent come out of that, So this exciting phase promises, they say, a diverse array of performances and events, spotlighting music, dance, theater, choral speaking, and choir performances from both school and community groups. The Grenada Festival of the Arts is a biannual event dedicated to celebrating and nurturing the artistic talent of Grenada's youth and community members. Through a variety of performances and workshops, the festival aims to elevate the cultural landscape of Grenada and promote artistic excellence. All right, so sign up your groups, your community groups, organize like a school thing and thing like that, yeah, and organize yourself. A lot of people who are you seeing out there now as soloists or leaders of groups and stuff like that, they started from these kind of initiatives. You understand? So all will get registered and thing. You understand? Register as soon as possible. You can call WhatsApp 533-671-5 for more details. What else do I have to tell you? Yeah, boy, today, boy, I see fire truck. I say, wow, boy, peace. You understand? And then I learned of a fire that occurred at Mount Agnes in St. David. And you know, Mount Agnes, they are all up so by Pomos area up there. Really sad. I did not hear anything about any injuries or anything like that, so I'm not sure. But yeah, boy. No. In these Google days, people losing their property and stuff like that, it ain't nice. It ain't cool at all. So of course, the regular investigations will be done to find out, you know, exactly what occurred, what caused this fire. Yeah. So the people, they're working on that. What else do I have to tell you? I think I see something from Guyana. By the way, we played nice last night, boy. Fletcher almost made 100 in a little bit of balls, you know. Fletcher, I think he had a record yesterday. He set a record for the most runs scored in an over. Fletch, Skipper, Tappy. And I said, you get some real nicknames right now. It's good nicknames. The restoration of some of the government buildings on the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique is very important to allowing for the continued provisions of services and programs to residents. As such, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs and Local Government, they said that they have started minimal operations at the Carriacou Library in Hillsborough with telephone services now available. Assistance for the restoration of buildings has been provided by Guyana's Defense Force. They say, you know, you understand? They're helping out. They're helping out. So the GDF team headed by Major Clifton Sam has already covered the roof of the administrative building and the Carriacou police station. Major Sam noting the resilience and the spirit of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique said that he and his team, they are very happy to help in the hurricane relief efforts and in rebuilding the 13 square mile island. So they walk in. As part of their support, the government and people of Guyana have also provided building material. Right, that makes sense, ain't it? Yeah, that making sense. All right. What are we going to do now? I want to take a quick break. When I come back, we go have national report. We go have national report. Before I even go further, I want to big up Javar and the sharing committee, Bernadette, Jane, Hillary. I'm mixing YouTube and Facebook right now. Catherine, Adonna, Marcus, Bernadette again, Laverne. Who else, boy? Shirley. Liz, how are you doing, Liz? You good? Sherilyn, I see you there as well. Joseph, I see you there as well. Denise, I see you there as well. How are you doing? You know, so all the people on the business. Keith, I see you there. Which Keith? Shumin, Shum. What's going on? Adonna again, I see you there as well. So yeah, let me pick up all the people on the business. Joyous, Michelle, I see you there, you know. I see you. So here's what we're going to do. Well, I'm Kieran and them, I big up all here, you know, make sure all organize all the business. And then we're going to have for you the national report. And of course, let me see if I can do the weather one time. Hold on. Yes, boy. So, in terms of the weather, what we can tell you is that the weather, as submitted by the Met Office, they're saying that the weather is expected to be mostly fair. Tonight's minimum temperature, 26 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. For Friday, the weather is expected to be generally fair with light, isolated morning showers. Max temperature 32.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. That, my friends, is your weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, January. Taking that break, coming back with the national report following this break.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help you joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help you kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them to succeed. No worries, no stress. We got your back better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help you joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help you joy of learning.
Ever wonder how water goes from its natural source to coming out of our tap crystal clear and safe to drink? Well, let me introduce you to Grenada's National Water and Sewage Authority. They are the water wizards behind it all. A whopping 95% of all water comes from surface sources. This water might look muddy now, but wait until you see the transformation. First, they add a non-toxic chemical to the water. This brings particles together, forming clumps in a process called coagulation. Next, a gentle stir helps the particles come together. This is called flocculation. Gravity does its thing and the clumps settle to the bottom. This is sedimentation. Then the water is passed through a bed of sand. This filtration removes up to 95% of bacteria. See the difference? Now our water is clear and nearly bacteria free. Lastly, chlorine is added for disinfection, killing any remaining bacteria and making the water safe to drink. And that, my friends, is how Nawasa brings pure, refreshing water from their surface sources to our pipes, our wash pan, our buckets, whatever you think about.
This advertisement is the first in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
anytime and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
This is the GIS News for Thursday, September 5th, 2024. I am Rakisha St. Louis. In the headlines, Ministry of Health says dengue fever cases continue to rise in St. Andrew and St. George and encourages households to adopt preventative measures. And Nawasa says residents of Laura and surrounding communities will soon get relief as the water treatment plant is almost complete. We'll have details to these stories and more when we return.
The Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, in collaboration with the NAP Global Network and the GCRUISE Project, presents Everyone in Action for Climate Change Adaptation, a series of community meetings on climate change adaptation and resilience. Here are the dates to remember. Starting at 5 p.m., Monday 9th September, Mount Craven Community Center, St. Patrick. Wednesday 11th September, Granville Secondary School, St. Andrew. Thursday, 12th September, St. John Anglican School, Guave for St. John and St. Mark. Monday, 16th September, The Canal, St. David. Tuesday, 17th September, Boca Secondary School, St. George. And on Friday, 20th September at 10 a.m., we'll be in Carriacou at the Mermaid Hotel. Let's talk climate change. Let's talk adaptation. Let's talk resilience. See you there.
We're excited to introduce our new digital school uniform assistance program designed to make shopping for school supplies easier for you. In this video, we'll guide you through the simple steps to use your QR code grant voucher for school supplies and uniform products. So, let's get started. Successful recipients will receive a text message and/or email from our processing provider, WePay. Applicants who do not receive a text or email can contact the Ministry of Education's Student Support Services Unit to find out if their application was successful. Applicants who receive a text or SMS message should have the following link on their phone. Please note that this is a text message and not a WhatsApp or other messaging services type communication. This is an example of what the text or SMS message will look like. Please note that you will need internet access to click the link in the text message to view your QR code. We highly recommend that you take a picture or screenshot of this QR code in the event that you do not have internet access while shopping. This is what the QR code will look like. For recipients who received an email, the format is quite similar, and this is what that email will look like. Please check for an email from support@wepaytoday.com. Please check your email's junk or spam folder, as this communication may accidentally go to those folders. Once you receive your QR code, you can immediately begin shopping at the designated stores for your school supplies. To know the designated shopping areas in your community, you may contact the Student Support Services Unit at the Ministry of Education.
Welcome back. Government continues to invest heavily in the housing sector, specifically to implement resilient standards in the construction industry following the July 1st passage of Hurricane Beryl. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, says Project Build Back Better is one of the initiatives that will provide hurricane-resistant, more resilient houses for residents in St. Patrick in the first instance. $15 million have been allocated for the project, which seeks to construct smart, resilient homes that will withstand future disasters. The project will be launched mid-September in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Development and Community Development and Housing. Rainwater harvesting will also be included in the structures.
We have a concrete frame where you have pillars or columns going right up to the ceiling of the building. And also we have a parapet roof in that structure also. In that case, we solve the problem of increasing the resilience of the building and also giving folks a hurricane-resilient roof. We also going to have in Project Build Back Better rainwater harvesting. We are going to have included natural lighting, and so you can decrease on the energy costs. And the project is really aimed at assisting people who lost their houses and so during Beryl. So this project is a project that was developed by MIT, and we have a pilot project that is taking place right now. We will have a project launch on the 17th of September 2024 in St. Patrick's, which we are going to present this new structure to the public. And the idea is that as government, we're supposed to be leading from the front. And going forward, this is the model we want to adopt, so that when we give someone a house to live in, we are giving them something proper, something that can withstand a category 3, 4, 5 hurricane, and something that is built for the future.
Each house will be available for less than $100,000.
The Ministry of Social Development, after Hurricane Beryl, went around and did the assessment as to the folks that was affected by the hurricane. This project firstly will be dealing with assisting those folks who got affected. We are in talks with the Housing Authority of Grenada, who is looking to develop a plan so that folks who are not affected by Beryl and who want to buy into this project can access it and buy it and to really to have a home for themselves. So we have another option which Housing Authority we are hoping will take up, so that the ordinary Grenadians can have access to those homes also, because these homes are future homes. It's affordable. You're talking about having a 2 or 3 bedroom house for less than $100,000, and really and truly on the market now, a 2 and 3 bedroom house costs maybe in the vicinity of $200,000. So this, we can see young professionals, ordinary people who have ordinary jobs, once they can access the financing, they will be able to have a home that is affordable and that is geared towards the future and hurricane resistance also. From government side, this is something that we will want to push, because in the case of another natural disaster, we don't want it to be going back and spending the same money again on the same houses. So if we can eradicate this problem now by assisting people to build in a more hurricane resistant manner, then it means in another disaster we'll have less work to do, less money to spend, and our taxpayers' money can be put into other things.
According to Minister Williams, by the end of the year, over 150 households in St. Patrick will benefit from the project. He also spoke of employment opportunities that will be available.
By December, we want to assist approximately 150 to 200 households by now and December of this year. And next year, we will look to continue it again, because we saw a lot of houses, over 700 houses got affected by Beryl through Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Martinique. We are not going to employ any prefab methods where the money will be going outside to companies. We are going to use our local companies here, like the Hubbards and the Ramdanis and the Purcell and M&N. We are going to use these companies to purchase the materials. But also, the beauty about this is that we split up the contractual work. So the person who's building is not a person who's painting, is not a person who's doing the plumbing, is not a person who's doing the electrical. In that case, we are creating employment for different people within communities. We are spreading, the whole employment situation so that we can reduce the level of employment. And the monies that we have, MIT got $15 million to really embark on this project. And this 50 million should be put into the pockets of the ordinary Grenadian people. So, for example, I've contacted gentlemen from the lines who were just on the block, just liming and so, and we have our 3 painting team now from these guys who are going out every day to paint. Now, the alternative of this is that they could be lemming by the block asking for a handout, but now they are put in a position where they can earn $1.
The Ministry of Health is concerned about the increase in dengue cases over the last 2 weeks and encourages homeowners to remove all non-essential water holding containers and debris in and around their homes. Acting Chief Environmental Officer Kenneth Hazard told GIS that based on the epidemiological data analysis, reported cases doubled within a week to more than 60. Dengue fever is a viral infection that spreads from mosquitoes to people. The symptoms include joint pains, fever, headaches, and intense abdominal pain. Hazard said the majority of cases are reported from St. Andrew and St. George.
We have seen over the past few weeks a massive, well, I don't want to say massive, but persistent increase in the number of dengue cases, at least over the past 4 or 5 weeks. We have been seeing it rising consistently. In fact, the numbers that we have reported are really maybe a tip of the iceberg, because a number of other persons within the communities could have dengue and have not really seen a doctor or reported those cases. But in the last epidemiological week, what we have seen is almost doubling of the case from the previous week, where we had 33 cases, but in this last previous week we had 64 cases. So it's clearly on the rise, and if this trend continues, we can see an outbreak that is really getting out of hand, and we really need to take action to curb it at this time. St. Andrew and St. George's continue to be the ground zero for the dengue outbreak. These 2 parishes have been leading in terms of the numbers.
The ministry will intensify its public education and vector control measures so that Grenadians are aware of the role they play in curbing the problem. Items such as drums, bottles, buckets, fridges, tubs, old tires, cans, and galvanized metal sheets are primary breeding sites for the vector.
We are asking persons to try to get rid of any accumulation of water that you may have, especially around your home. We're asking persons to cover water holding containers, especially the useful ones, the drums, the barrels, the buckets, those that you are going to be using for your domestic uses. We're asking you to please cover those to prevent the access to mosquitoes. Outside of that, we're asking persons to get rid of the water holding containers that you do not need around the home. Things like your old tires, bottles, cans. We are asking persons to please take these to the Perseverance landfill. We have a very good collection system in Grenada, refuse collection system. And so we're asking persons to use the system to get rid of the old water holding containers that are not being used around your home. And those that you need to use, please cover to prevent the breeding of mosquitoes. This is the best way to prevent yourself from being bitten by mosquitoes and contracting the dengue fever.
The construction of the Laura water treatment plant is 70% complete. The project, which started in the latter part of 2023, aims to address the water woes of communities by increasing their supplies. Once complete, the Laura plant will increase production output from the Les Avocats water supply system, improve water quality for residents of Richmond Hill, Marion, Manjaloo and surrounding areas, and ensure a consistent and reliable supply of water. Manager of Planning and Development at the National Water and Sewage Authority, Wim Cox, explained that the construction of the plant is the result of strategic planning and a mandate to improve water quality and replace pressure filters. Cox said the organization is hopeful that the treatment plant will be operational by the end of the year.
Pressure filters are not very good at handling turbidity, so you'll find that during the rainy season, where these pressure filters are deployed, we struggle oftentimes with turbidity and having to shut down plants and so on and so forth. So again, part and parcel of us trying to ensure that we could provide consistent supply of water to the public, we have identified as a part of our strategic plans to get rid of all of the pressure filters and introduce more slow sand and rapid sand filtration processes across the island. So that gave birth to the Laura Land water treatment plant construction. That plant is going to be serving the communities of Richmond Hill into Marianne and those areas that were previously on the pressure filter. The project, as it were, commenced just at the latter part of 2023. We're currently about 70% completed. We anticipate completion in and about October.
He said the move to replace the pressure filters augurs well for the company's ability to supply water even during the rainy season.
So that would alleviate a lot of the issues that we currently have on that southeastern side of the island. That is, communities like Marianne, Richmond Hill, and so on and so forth. So that's what's happening at the Lara Land Water Treatment Plant construction. During the rainy season, even when we get in rains, we have to be shutting off the supply to these communities. So this is what does give rise to people saying, but the rain is falling now, sir, and we're not getting water. This is because when rain falls, because we're taking water from rivers, etc., when rain falls, the water becomes very turbid, and the pressure filters are not very good at handling turbidity. So you have to shut the system down and wait for the rivers to sort of clear up before you could open up the system for distribution again.
So far, pressure filters were replaced in Spring Garden, Mount Agnes, and other communities. This is the GIS News. When we return, 5C's project commits to support Grenada's fight against climate change.
If there's one thing we know for sure, life is an unpredictable journey, full of twists and turns, but no matter where it takes you, the National Insurance Scheme is here, ready to support you every step of the way. Sickness benefits ensures that you can focus on recovery, not financial stress. Maternity allowance and grant provides essential support to start your beautiful journey of parenthood. The unemployment benefits act as a safety net, giving you peace of mind during challenging times. Employment injuries can be daunting, but NIS provides comprehensive coverage, including injury benefit, medical expenses, disablement, and death benefits. At NIS, your well-being is priority. Now you can face challenges confidently, knowing that support is just a claim away. Contact us today to find out more about the range of benefits or visit our website at www.nisgrenada.org.
Ready hard, I would like to tell nobody I love where I'm born. I come from the island. This place is so sweet, beautiful and
in Grenada, in St. John, in Guam.
I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home, home sweet home, home sweet home. I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home, home sweet home, home sweet home. As soon as you land, we welcome you with open arms. I know that it's sweet, yo. You never met people sweet, so this place is a paradise. It's a paradise. I know that it's sweet, yo. I know you go sweet, yo. Wait, come let we eat a island on the corner. Drink some coconut water. Head down to Ghana's beach and take a nice dip in the crystal water. This place is so sweet, beautiful and unique. You see where I come from, yeah. Known as this Spice Island, somewhere you vacation. I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home, part I'm from. The north side of the island.
And so we're here to celebrate for heroes, Irani, Lyndon, and Anderson. For the tremendous inspiration that you have placed in the hearts and minds of the next generation of Grenadians.
Thank you to everyone. Your contribution, your prayers. It was simple, thank you. And a special shout out to the whole team I was there in Paris. Everyone did their job, incredibly. Especially the two medalists. To be honest, they inspired me.
Lyndon, could you please join us here at the podium?
Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane, your hair prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. Grenada partners with the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, 5Cs, to address the impending challenges of climate change on the small island developing state. Through the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, the Grenada 5Cs project portfolio was launched earlier this week at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. The aim is to work with stakeholders to identify requirements to facilitate project implement and introduce the project's grievance redress mechanism. Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, Honorable Karen James, underscored the urgent need for action, highlighting that climate crisis is no longer a distant, isolated threat. She outlined some of the direct benefits to Grenada.
We are at a critical juncture where the decisions we make and the actions we take will determine not just the future of our ecosystems, but the very survival of our coastal communities. The Enhancing Ecosystems and Coastal Protection for Climate Change Resilience in the Caribbean, or the ECP Caribbean project, is not just another initiative. It is a lifeline for Grenada and our fellow Caribbean nations. With the backing of Global Affairs, Canada, and a regional partnership that spans 7 countries, this project is poised to directly benefit thousands of citizens and indirectly support over half of our population. But more than that, ladies and gentlemen, it represents a strategic, data-driven response to the realities that we face on the ground. Let us not lose sight of what is at stake. The mangroves we seek to restore are not just merely ecological features, but they are vital protectors for our shorelines, carbon sinks, and nurseries for marine life. Their destruction has left us exposed to the elements in ways that are both dangerous and, of course, unsustainable. We will evaluate the gaps of our policies, the deficiencies in our frameworks, and the urgent need to innovate solutions that can be implemented swiftly and effectively. The project, with its emphasis on participatory governance and ecosystem-based adaptation, is precisely the kind of multi-dimensional approach that we need. It addresses the environmental, economic, and social dimensions of resilience in a way that is both holistic and inclusive. We will also discuss the implications of the Coastal Threat Atlas, a critical tool that will enable us to identify and address the threats to our marine ecosystems from both human and natural sources.
4 breakout stakeholder consultations funded by Global Affairs Canada and the Green Climate Fund will be hosted. 1. GCF Low Emission Development Readiness Project. 2. Enhancing Ecosystems and Coastal Protection for Climate Change Resilience in the Caribbean Project. 3. National Stakeholder Workshop 5Cs Grenada Coordination Mechanism Requirements, and 4. Stakeholder consultation to advance GCF Readiness Project to enhance Grenada's National Adaptation Plan, NAP. Diane Wade Moore, head of the Project Development and Management at 5Cs, emphasized that the partnership with Grenada signals renewed commitment to pursue climate-resilient development in the face of increasing climate-related threats.
The teams share one common objective, that is to learn from Grenada, from the leaders and from our counterparts, on how to build and implement a Grenada portfolio of work programs and projects that is more inclusive, more responsive to the peculiarities of the country that is Grenada. I thank the government of Grenada for welcoming us and for supporting our mission. I recognize national stakeholders and partners joining us this week as we discuss how we can sustainably unlock Grenada's blue reserves, how through ongoing projects we can localize climate action and resilience building, and how through readiness initiatives we can support national efforts to plan for a climate change future, improving our accuracy in monitoring and predicting change, and in determining the potential consequences of those changes, and in responding to those changes.
Continuing the news, as part of the Government of Grenada's commitment to building resilience and enhancing disaster preparedness across all sectors, public officers have been engaging in post-disaster needs assessment training at the National Stadium. They are now equipped with the skills and knowledge to effectively assess and respond to disasters.
One of the major takeaways I must see for me is the aspect of learning different dimensions of destruction, as well as learning the difference as it relates to damage and loss. Of course, damage relates to infrastructure and physical assets, while loss relates to the economic as well as revenue and other aspects, social impact. So it's very enlightening. We also deal with effects and impact, learning the difference, and of course, effects is immediate, impact is more long term. So it's an interesting workshop which helps us as individuals to build capacity so that we'll be able to complete a comprehensive disaster disaster needs assessment for all sectors.
Thus far, the session has been very enlightening and very rewarding. We have been exposed theoretically to a methodology that has been tried and tested in many countries. And we also expect that we're going to delve into the practical application of the methodology as well. The methodology entails 5 phases that begins with the context analysis and culminates with a recovery strategy.
Representative from the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, Dennis Batiste, explained that the information gathered was useful, particularly for the agriculture sector. It can help this critical sector recover swiftly after any catastrophic event.
This training would equip us as officers to be able to gather the data needed in order for us to plan for the building of the agricultural sector. In order to be able to research the required funding and to be able to build resilience in the agricultural sector, we need to gather the data that is decided so that we can, as a country, we can together a program to help retain our cultural center benefit all our farmers.
The Post-Disaster Needs Assessment Tool was developed jointly by the UN Development Group, the World Bank, and the European Union. It represents a harmonized and coordinated approach providing for an objective, comprehensive, and government-led assessment of post-disaster damage, losses, and recovery needs, and paving the way for a consolidated recovery framework. Finally, recognizing their importance within the Grenadian community and the pivotal role they play in keeping animals safe and healthy, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources has made a significant donation of dog food to the Grenada Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, GSPCA. This donation underscores the ministry's commitment to supporting animal welfare organizations that work tirelessly to protect and nurture the well-being of animals across the nation. This was explained by Chief Vet and Livestock Officer Dr. Kimond Cummings.
Really and truly, it's in effort to support some of the good work that they have been doing in terms of animal relief, animal welfare and well-being. Mr. Maxi Bola here is collecting on his daughter's behalf, who is managing the shelter at the moment. And as I said before, it's just a generous donation from the Ministry of Agriculture, just supporting what they have been doing over the years.
GSPCA has been a cornerstone in promoting humane treatment of animals, providing shelter, medical care, and finding loving homes for countless dogs and other animals in need. Shelter manager Halina Bola was thankful for the donation.
We would like to express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the Ministry of Agriculture for this heartfelt donation of dog food towards the animals that we have in our care. As you may or may not know, we are the only animal shelter on the island, and donations like these allow us to continue helping the animals in need on the island, and we really very much appreciate it. So we would like to thank Dr. Cummins and the Ministry of Agriculture for this very generous donation that is very much needed here at the shelter. Thank you.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources remains dedicated to promoting the well-being of animals through collaborative efforts and initiatives that support organizations devoted to animal care and protection. This is the GIS News. When we return, we'll join Ms. Leslie Ann Johnson for the sports highlights.
Football fans, get ready! The CONCACAF Nations League is back, and the action is coming to the Kirani James Athletics Stadium. Mark your calendars for 2 back-to-back match days that will have you on the edge of your seat. On September 6th, it's a doubleheader you won't want to miss. At 5 p.m., it's St. Lucia versus Curacao, followed by Grenada taking on St. Martin at 8 p.m. The excitement doesn't stop there. On September 9th, Curacao battles St. Martin at 5 p.m. and then Grenada faces St. Lucia at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $25 for adults and $10 for children. Grab yours at Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, Gittins Healthcare Pharmacy, the GFA office, or online at gotofet.com. And yes, tickets will be available at the gate. So bring the whole family and let's rally around our senior men's national team, the CONCACAF Nations League. Football like you've never experienced before.
Well, at this time of the year, we do expect rainfall events because we will be affected by systems such as tropical wave passing through. We will have the presence of the ITCZ in our area, and we might even have tropical cyclones, whether it's depression or storm. Okay? So what we would expect is we will have big rain events. Okay? No matter how dry or wet the season is, we are going to have big rain events. So therefore it is important for every household to have some bit of water stored, because these big rain events normally put us pressure on the water system. For example, we have landslides that we take away pipes. We might have heavy rainfall that would block the dams and so forth, and so your regular supply will be interrupted. So it is so important for every household to have the recommended 3 days storage of potable water in the household for such eventualities.
Football action begins tomorrow at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium in the CONCACAF Nations League. The first matchup from 5 p.m. will feature St. Lucia and Curaçao, and Grenada will play St. Martin in the second match. The Grenada senior men's national team, which is being coached by Shalry Joseph, has been in training in preparation for the upcoming matches. On Monday, Curaçao and St. Martin will meet in the first match at 5 p.m. and Grenada will face St. Lucia at 8 p.m. Tickets are currently on sale at $25 for adults and $10 for children. Defending champions Guyana Amazon Warriors made it 2 wins in 2 games with a comfortable 40-run win over St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in Match 7 of the 2024 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League at Bastia on Wednesday. Imran Tahir's Warriors set about posting a sizable score of 266 for 7 off their 20 overs. A report from WindiesCricket.com states that Shimron Hetmyer hit 11 sixes to rack up 91 runs off just 39 balls. The report described it as an incredible display of hitting in an innings that didn't include a single 4, and it proved to be a decisive knock from Hetmyer, who was later awarded Player of the Match. The Warriors' total was the second highest in CPL history, just 1 run behind the score made by the Trinbago Knight Riders against the Jamaica Talawas in 2019. The match also had a record for sixes in a CPL match, with 42 Republic Bank maximums flying out of Warner Park. In response, Patriots captain Grenada's Andre Fletcher led by example at the top of the order by compiling 81 runs off 33 balls. The final scores in the match: Guyana Amazon Warriors 266 for 7 in 20 overs, St. Kitts Nevis Patriots 226 for 10 in 18 overs. A number of Canada-based coaches who were in Grenada for a 3-day basketball camp say there is potential for the game to be further developed. As many as 50 students ages 8 to 15 were involved in the camp at the Laborie Sporting Complex, and all were presented with a basketball at the end of the session. It was a partnership between the Grenada National Basketball Association and John Wiggins from Toronto Raptors, who is also the CEO and co-founder of the Canadian charity organization Focus Dream Forward. One of the Canada-based coaches, Galen Sidney, has been training and coaching in Toronto for about 15 years. He sees a lot of potential in the young players.
This program has been a great inspiration for me, seeing where the talent level is, taking kids from not knowing much about basketball to being able to dribble, do a layup, and the growth in just the 3 days I've been here is, once there's a continuous in the program, going to be a lot of great talent coming out of Grenada and the islands.
Local basketball coach Imran Ferreira, who is attached to the Ministry of Sports, says basketball should be taught as early as possible if players are to fully develop.
If we could have a program maybe happening at the primary school level, my plan for now in my community is to start something as early as September with the schools up in St. John's, that's RC, Anglican and Florida government. Start something up with the schools up in my community. I'm not able right now, as I tell you, with staff to go around the island, but we have to start something.
And being presented with a basketball is the encouragement they need to further develop in the sport. That's according to local coach Jillian Romaine.
That's the start. With a basketball, we have so much court here, courts in Grenada. You just have to go on a court or even at home. You don't even have to go on the court. Just get a little area and you can do your fundamentals, just ball handling, just the basic what you got here. You can do it even if in your living room, using it and making the best of it.
Finally, in GFA second division matches, Montgelou defeated Bellevue Rangers 4-0 on Wednesday. In another match, Tempe All Blacks defeated Hampshire United 2-0. And that's the GIS Evening Sports. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. A recap of the top stories. Ministry of Health says dengue fever cases continue to rise in St. Andrew and St. George. And NAWASA says residents of Laura and surrounding communities will soon get relief as the water treatment plant is almost complete. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.